proud of my YouTube family. How everybody doing? What's going on? And I hope you're making it happen for yourself. I know who it ain't going on for, and that's Puffy P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs. Listen, this is one of the most this is more devastating than R. Kelly. Right? Now, they went in his house in March, seized a bunch of information, materials, videos, items, right? And then they arresting and indicting. Listen, this is devastating because I think about this on all fronts, right? What's going to happen to his money if he's convicted, which I know he's going to be? What's going to happen to his money? I know people are suing him. So they got to get paid. What about his kids? What about his mama? And what about all them people he been taking care of that ain't never worked? What happens to his money? Will they take all of his money? How does that work? Listen, Diddy is a sexual deviant. Something is wrong with him. At first I thought, just having a little freak offs. Okay, all right, whatever, right? If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But it's bigger than that. It's beyond that, right? To have 1,000 bottles of baby oil, 784 or 94 dildos. Well, how many people was at the freak offs? Was you just stocking it up for what? How many people was involved? What I need to know, what I want to know pretty soon. I don't want this to go like Epstein. Yes, Diddy's a monster. He's guilty. If he's guilty, he's guilty. But I need to know who the other players were. He was not sex trafficking to himself. He did not do this alone. He had a team. First of all, I believe he had a team of people that helped him. There were people that helped him. He didn't do this by himself. He did not. And I always used to wonder with people like moguls, and Diddy was one of them, how do they get through their day? They are so busy. They got so much going on. They have helpers. They have assistants. He got a team. So there were people that were in the know. There were also people that were in the know that may not have participated. But there were definitely people in the know, and I need to hear from them people. I need to know their names and how deeply they were involved. Now, I did see that Kevin Liles and some more record industry CEOs have stepped down, right? The Chinese guy, another guy. Listen, it's too late for that. Now, someone told me maybe the board members told them they had to step down, so on and so forth, right? Listen, this thing is so big and so explosive that I think this is just one layer that they have peeled back, right? Because again, he did not do this alone. And who did he sex trafficking to? Now, they call sex trafficking is a big word, right? To me, it's just glorified pimping. It is glorified pimping. Let's call it what it is, right? Diddy was pimping. He was issuing girls out to dudes who were paying. And boys and men, whoever, it's men and women involved in this, right? All of this, just like R. Kelly, all of this about sex. You're going to go to penitentiary the rest of your life because you can't control your sexual urges. That is so stupid, right? And, they gave, he gave his mother and his daughter's passports. Now, I don't know how true it is, but they say he did not give his son's passports. Like, listen, we already know that the man is sadistic and a misogynist and all of the things, right? So that doesn't come as a shocker to me. But I want to know, as a mother, I have two grown sons, two men that are my sons. Whatever your children do affects you and hurts you, right? Whatever they do, good or bad. I like to know how his mother is doing. I also like to know, did she know? I also like to know, is this something that's in the DNA, in the family bloodline, right? I've seen pictures and videos of Diddy and his mama kissing each other in the mouth, which is just too much. It's too much, right? Is it something there? And I know Netflix and Hulu and whoever else gonna come out with some exposés, but let's hold off a minute because I need to go deep. I need to go back down the family tree to the root to the root of this thing here, right? And because why is he like that? Did his mama know? And, I like to say this because, again, I'm a mother. You know when your child, you know who your child is and what your child is, for the most part. May not know details and all of that, but you see signs, good or bad, right? He is a sexual deviant. He has some sort of sexual perversions. Yeah, he's a monster. He's a sexual monster, right? Like, who requires that much sex? Why did you have them 1,000 bottles? Like, I understand you got freak offs. How many people attended the freak offs at one time? That's what I want to know. Was it 10? Was it 20? Was it 100? How many people was in there doing, and I've been listening to people lately, I can see my mind don't go like that. I've never participated in those type of activities. That, people go to sex parties and stuff like that. Like, for me, just the whole nastiness of it all. Like, they having, I guess this is how it go. They having sex with them, then they look over there, be like, oh yeah, let me go over there. And you go over there like, how does that work? And a sex party is the same as an orgy, right? Is that the same thing? But I just want to know, how does that work? We all in here, juices and carrying on, flowing around, germs and ish. And then you want to have it with somebody else over there. And like, how long does it last? I got a lot of questions about these things, right? And I know y'all thinking, Jackie, I ain't never participated, and I don't know nobody that have. And I guess if I did know somebody, they probably keeping it to themselves, right? I got questions with the 1,000 bottles. You had a room. Well, I guess if you're rich, you got rooms for this and rooms for that. That makes sense, okay? You got a room with the baby oils. You had 700 plus dildos. Yikes. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's a thin line between genius and insanity. Now, this takes R. Kelly. This beats the R. Kelly situation and Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was drugging him and being aggressive, overly aggressive with him. But this right here, and there's more people involved. And people digging up. I told y'all, people get on their computer and start digging. There's videos of some people talking about the Diddy parties back in the day. Some back in the day videos that's been released. Listen. This is a lot, y'all. This is a whole lot. And it saddens me, even though he was wrong, he did whatever he did, and abusing women and all that stuff, all that's wrong, dead wrong. But it also saddens me because this is a black man that reached great heights. I don't want to say he was a pioneer in the hip-hop game, but he was in the, he sort of kind of, right? Like he was heavily involved. He's responsible for a lot of things, the sample, you know what I'm saying? The way the videos were shot back in the 90s, like, yeah. And then I want to know his friends, Mary, Missy Elliott, what they talking, what Meek Mill's doing? Anybody, y'all went around there and checked on Meek Mills? What is going on with his friends and his family? This is devastating, right? And especially if Diddy's been your lifeline, like his kids, his daughters. His daughters are young, but at some point they're going to grow up and be grown women and think, oh my God, my daddy was a monster. Or do you think they have the capability for that? What about them boys? What them boys thinking? What them boys participating? What did he teach them? Like, ooh, it's so much. This is so much. And then they say, it could be 15 years. A couple of them charges carry life. Dang, that's devastating. To have lived such a heck of a life, had such a heck of a career, and to end up in the penitentiary forever. 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 Because, even if they give him 15, 20 years, that's still a life sentence because he's 50. He's in his 50s. That's the rest of your life. Almost. And I know it's some folks peeking out their curtains and their blinds and their windows right now like, oh Lord, what's that? Who is that? Is they coming? It's devastation to the nation, y'all. This is devastating, right? you know, and then, you know, so as the feds leaking that information, they say, here, we're going to put this out on the internet. Like, tell us them people. That's what I want to know. I want to get to the nitty gritty. I want to get to the meat of the situation. Who else was involved? Who else? That's what I want to know, y'all. Anyway, you know, Diddy went to court. Listen, we ain't, ain't no bond. We don't care. He offered up $50 million. Gave up his mama and his daughter's passports. You a flight risk, sir. You know, you might go over there with Russell over there in Bali, you know, somewhere where they don't have no extradition, which he probably would, you know. Yikes. Yikes, y'all. So anyway, you know, thank you for watching Jackie with a Q. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm devastated because, you know, Diddy was my guy. Before all this came out, Diddy was my guy. I thought he was a very creative individual, right? Now, he did a lot of people wrong. And so, you know, this part of this is the karma. But he did this to himself, though. This is something he did to himself. You chose to do this. And how long have you been sex trafficking, a.k.a. pimping? How long? How long have you been doing that? That's what I want to know. Anyway, y'all, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to see y'all later.